Hello to all of you joining me today. I am glad to have you here with me as you and I go on the most exciting journey of spiritual enlightenment. Now, before we get started, I want to say that I have notes, I have everything in front of me here as I'm going, and if I read from it, I sound like I'm a bit stuffy. So I am going to read a little bit here and there, and I'm going to paraphrase. But the messages that I'm bringing forward are going to be what is needed. So, as I had mentioned to you in the introduction, I am a spiritualist minister, and in spiritualism, we believe that there is the continuation of the soul after the change called death, and that communication with spirit, which is you and I, in our true form, after our transformation, is possible. So, in spiritualism, this is done through psychic abilities and mediumship. And with these abilities, you and I can do so much more than what we could ever imagine. You all can develop your abilities if you desire to do so. And if you do desire to do so, these abilities can help and will help guide you on your spiritual journey. Now, I have tapped into mine, and with my abilities, I have channeled messages to help guide you and I as a human race to go forward as one people, one race, one humanity, whichever way you want to look at it. And the messages that I have channeled came from ascended masters and other divine beings. Now I know you're thinking ascended masters and divine beings. Well, I believe that when we make the transformation to the other side, we're all divine beings. The ascended masters happen to be those who, here on earth, did something that helped them evolve spiritually to a higher level. And some of these people would be like um, Mother Mary, Jesus, Buddha. So there's a lot of what we call ascendant masters, or people that were here and they're now communicating with us to help to keep us going. So, even though I am a spiritualist minister, I classify myself as being spiritual. I do not belong to any one faith, any one religion. I take from all that resonates with me as in my truth, and for me to walk my spiritual path. Because through all my studies and all my information, I have noticed that most religions and faiths and traditions, they all have the same core beliefs. And I believe we all go back to the same place. We just all do it differently. So I have a lot of respect for all the different religions and the faiths and traditions out there. And for each one of them, they do give me a little bit of what I believe is my spirituality to help me walk my path. With that being said, I have been brought up in a Christian household, and I am used to calling the Creator, Spirit, Source, the Divine, by the name of God. So therefore, I will use the name God, but you can use whatever name you feel comfortable with to call the God of your understanding, the Creator of your understanding, what you believe is out there for you. But I am presuming most of you will resonate with God. Before I get into my first channeling, I have to tell you how they're going to sound. I am sure a lot of you have read the book or have heard of the book, Conversations with God. where a man asks God questions and God gives him the answers. I said I had channeled ascended masters and other divine beings, and I have. However, they spoke to me in the first person as if it was God speaking to me. I was told because of the immense amount of energy within God, I would not be able to handle these energies and that it would be too much for my body. So these messages are coming to me through other means, ascendant masters, other divine beings, but to me, they are messages coming to you and I from God. And this is why I feel these messages are going to change yours and my perspectives or perception of how you and I see ourselves and our spirituality, our spiritual connection to one another. There have been many books written by people who have channeled messages from spirit. And I know some people may not realize that these books have been channeled, but for instance, A Course of Miracles was channeled. So it's very interesting how we have, over the years, become accustomed to some of these books without realizing that there was some form of element of psychic awareness and channeling that was being done. So I know that you may think this can't be real, but trust me, I have thought about this so many times, and I've been channeling for the past 7 years, and I am just sharing them with you now. It took me a long time to accept what I was receiving and to trust that it was true. And then I had to get brave enough to be able to share them with you. Because the channelings are going to make us question a lot of different things. And so this is why I said in the introduction, not everybody will be ready to hear this, but I believe a lot of you will. And what I've channeled are messages with a new philosophy to living a spiritual life as one people, one race, and one humanity. Hence the name, A New Genesis for Modern Humanity. So let our journey begin. Let's see where this takes us, okay? The other thing, putting everything into a sequence has been a little bit difficult as well, because the channelings I received did not come in any particular order. So I've been putting them in an order that I feel would help you and I to understand them the best. Now, this first message was my 26th channeling. I received it on the 23rd of April in 2015. It's about communication, how God has been communicating with you and I for a very long time, and however you and I have not been listening because of our teachings from the past and our belief that no one today is good enough to receive this communication. This is what the channeling says. I have been communicating with you for eons, and you only get bits and pieces. I speak to you in your own language, so you can hear my word. You still do not believe it is my word. Why do you not believe it is me? Why do you not believe what I say? Why do you believe I would send the word to you? I would not send the word to you at this time. I have used many vessels to share my words. You haven't become you have become untrusting in the truth. You believe the words of man before you believe I am working through a vessel to speak to you. I have done this many times, and you only get part of the word. This is the time for me to work with you to see what I need to do to make you believe. Satan and the dark ones have done a wonderful job at making non believers out of you. Some of you have been tricked into believing I do not love you. You have been tricked into believing I have given up on you. I have not. Believe the messages coming to you are from me. You will know the truth. You may want to fight the truth because it could change what you believe, but don't. My love is strong. I will never give up on you. All you have to do is believe. All we have to do is believe. So, the overall message is to get us to understand that God is really trying to communicate with us. We have to believe that that's true and start to listen. So in sentences 2 and 3, it says, I speak to you in your own language, so you will hear my word. You still do not believe it is my word. So would it not stand to reason that God would speak to us in a language we would understand? This could be a scientific language, religious, or even traditional languages that we speak around the world, our own nationality. We all speak a different language. So if I was to say something to you in English, if all you spoke was French, you would not understand it. So it would stand to reason that you would have to be spoke to in French. So God is telling us that we have all been spoken to in our own language, and yet we do not always believe. In sentences 6 and 7, God says, why do you not believe I would send the word to you at this time? I have used many vessels to share my words. Many vessels. So could this mean many people? And if it did mean many people, who would it be? From my channelings, which we'll be getting to in time, I will have I have received, I believe it could be anybody, anyone. It could be you or it could be me. And also in sentence 9, where it says, you believe the words of man before you believe I am working through a vessel to speak to you. So could this be because you and I were taught that only those who have been touched by the Holy Spirit can communicate, and thus through religions you have been told, we have been told, you and I, that those people only existed over 2,000 years ago. However, God's saying that God has used many vessels over many years to send us the word or information to help us on our journey. So why wouldn't God send us messages today? There is no reason for that not to be true. There's lots of people who are saying that they're channeling divine beings and bringing forth spiritual messages all around the world. But we have been so accustomed to our religions and what we've been told for centuries, that it's been hard for us to understand that there could be a new way of thinking now. You must remember, we have changed. We're not the same people that we were 2,000 years ago. Our language has changed. The way we view things have changed. So, of course, God's communication with us needs to change. So, with this change and with this communication, it's to help and guide you and I to work together as one. And that is why I've come forward with these channelings. I believe they will help you and I see the truth and to light our path, our spiritual path, guiding you and I to a better way of living a spiritual life. It's going to take time and it's going to take a while to decipher and understand our paths, the challenge that I received, and interpret them in a way that is going to be best for all of us. So, how are we going to be able to go forward? How are we going to be able to take this one step at a time? As in the introduction, I said that I was going to do readings for humanity, that I was going to do card spreads. So, I'm going to do a card spread to see what we need to do as a humanity to go forward. Now, I'm just going to do three cards. The three cards are going to tell us what we have to let go of as a humanity, as a human race, no matter who you are. It's going to tell us what we need to focus on and what we need to know right now. I'm doing the cards because I find that if I do this, people will understand that it's not just me coming forward with this, it's also coming from spirit messages that are in the cards that are needed for you and I. The first card is called music. Music is a universal language for all of us, and we can communicate best through music. Why would this come up as a card of something that we have to let go of? It's not that we have to let go of music, but let go of the idea that music does not help us because it does. Stop not listening. Listen to music. Throughout the years, there have been so many artists that have sang songs of us coming together as a human race, from country to pop to even heavy metal. So when you listen to your music, listen for some of the context, the words that are there. Those too are messages. So don't just listen to the music. Don't just let the tone take you away, but listen to everything because there's a lot of music with a lot of songs that have meaning. The next card is Guardian Angel. Now, to me, it's not just about a guardian angel, it's about being guided. That we are being guided by spirit, by our guides, by God, whichever you want to connect with. The thing is, though, is that we put blinders on. We pretend that we don't see. We pretend that we don't hear. We say that we can't, but we can. In this picture, the girl has a guardian angel standing over her, but her head is down, she's got a big hat on, and her hands are up in her face. See? And she's not even noticing the guardian angel is there. Open your eyes. Open your eyes to see what's there around you. Then you'll understand that communication with Spirit, with God, is possible. And what we need to know right now is that we have a lot of support in Spirit coming to us to help us, to guide us on our path. And over the next while, as I'm going through the channelings, we're going to see the support we have from Spirit. We're going to see the the things that we have to come through and overcome in order to be able to work with one another. Yes, there's darkness here. Yes, there are obstacles we have to overcome. And in time, we will be talking about all these different avenues. But for now, they want us to start off small and just believe. Remember, the key word here, the last sentence in the channeling says, all you have to do is believe. Believe in the music, in the words that will give you messages. Believe that we are guided, be if you believe in guardian angels, guides, or whoever. And also believe that we are being supported, that we do not have to do this journey alone, and that we can all work together. So please think about what was said today and understand that communication is the key to helping us go forward and believing that we are not alone. Until next time, this is George signing out, and namaste, and may you be blessed with some truth in your life. Take care. Until next time, bye.